Let me ask you a hard question. Why is your life still the same? You've tried to change. You've watched the videos, made the lists, read the books, but nothing really sticks. Deep down, you know you're meant for more, but something keeps pulling you back. The truth is, it's not your goals that are broken. It's the hidden patterns running your life. And today, I'm going to show you exactly what's stopping you and how to finally break free. Ready? Let's fix this for real. Hello, and welcome back to Native Explorer. Let me ask you a question. How many times have you told yourself, this time I'll change? This time I'll wake up early. This time I'll stop wasting time. This time I'll become the person I dream of. And yet months pass. You're still the same. Same laziness, same fear, same excuses. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to yourself. Because deep down, you know I'm right. You say you want change, but if I looked at your routine, your habits, your thoughts, I'd say, no, you don't. You just want the idea of change. You want the result, not the process. And that's exactly why your life is stuck in the same cycle year after year. Listen to me. If you don't change your thinking, your surroundings, your actions, you will wake up 10 years from now in the same bed, the same job, the same pain, only older, more tired, and full of regret. And no one is coming to save you. Not your parents, not your friends, not God. It's on you now. You think this video is just motivational. No, this video is a wake-up call, a slap from your future self saying, change now or cry later. And if you truly want to become better mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and yes, even in mastering new languages and skills, then don't just watch 1 minute. Watch till the end because in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly why you can't change and how to finally do it. And I swear to you, this will be the video your future self will thank you for or hate you for not watching. You decide. This will also expand your mind and understanding. So let's start. You're addicted to comfort. Let's begin with the first brutal truth. You're not lazy. You're addicted to comfort. Yes, I said it. You're not weak. You're not stupid. You're not incapable. You're just comfortable. And that's the most dangerous place to be. Think about it. You know waking up early would help you, but your bed is warm. You know learning new skills would change your life, but scrolling Instagram feels easier. You know building discipline would make you powerful, but Netflix feels better than discomfort. Comfort is your drug. It feels good, but it's killing you. Just like sugar feels good in your mouth, but kills you over time. Comfort feels safe, but it steals your potential one lazy morning at a time. There was a person who wanted to become great at public speaking every day. They told themselves, I'll practice tomorrow. They'd open YouTube, watch motivational speeches, even buy equipment. But when it was time to speak aloud, they'd skip it. They felt tired or shy or uncomfortable. Months passed. Nothing changed. Then one day, their dream opportunity came. A presentation, a crowd, a chance. But guess what? They couldn't speak. Their throat closed. Their hands shook. They stood there silent, embarrassed, broken. Why? Because comfort had become their prison. And that's you. If you don't face discomfort now, you will face regret forever. You want to change your life? Here's your solution. Do something uncomfortable every single day. Wake up 1 hour early. Practice speaking 5 sentences aloud. Take a cold shower. Say no to things that waste your time. Small pain equals big power. Remember this. You don't grow when it's easy. You grow when it's hard and you do it anyway. Now let me tell you the second reason you can't change. You want the result, but you don't want to pay the price. Let me break it down for you painfully. You want a fit body, but not the sweat. Fluent skills, but not the practice. Confidence, but not the mistakes. a new life, but not the death of your old one. You want reward without responsibility. You want transformation without transition. You want growth, but only if it's easy. Wake up. Imagine a person standing at a door labeled success. They knock, but when it opens, they see a staircase, 1,000 steps going up. Sweat, failure, discipline, pain. They frown, turn around, and walk away. They don't want to climb. They wanted an elevator, and that's why they'll never make it. You must choose. Temporary pain or permanent regret, short-term sacrifice or lifetime failure. Stop saying it's hard. Of course it is. But so is being broke. So is feeling stuck. So is living with no purpose. Write down what you want. Then write what you're willing to give up for it. And if your sacrifice list is empty, forget your dreams. They're lies. You will never outgrow this truth. Every transformation demands a transaction. No sacrifice, no change. Period. You rely on motivation instead of systems. You wake up one day feeling strong. You say, "Today I will change my life." You watch a motivational video. You feel fire in your chest. You open your notebook. You write your goals. You even go for a run. And then the next day, you feel tired. The fire is gone, and so is your motivation. Welcome to the real world. Here's the brutal truth. Motivation is a feeling, and feelings are liars. One day you feel powerful, the next day you feel empty. One day you feel inspired, the next day you feel lazy. So if your life depends on motivation, your life will be a roller coaster. You'll rise for one day and crash for 10. Imagine this. You are a soldier in war. The enemy is fear, laziness, procrastination. And you say, "I will only fight when I feel strong." Really? You'll die because the enemy won't wait for your feelings. It will attack every day. And if you don't have a system, you lose. Let me give you a real-world example. There was someone who wanted to become skilled at something important. Every day they waited for the right moment when they felt inspired. Some days they would work intensely, but most days they did nothing. Years passed. No progress, only guilt. Then one day they made a rule. I will practice every single day, no matter what. Even if I'm sick, even if I'm tired. They stopped relying on emotion. They followed their system. 6 months later, their transformation was complete. Motivation didn't change their life. Their system did. You need a system, not a spark. Let me speak to you like your guide. If you only act when you feel like it, you will never win. Because your feelings are weak. They are soft. They change with weather, mood, hunger, and sleep. But a system, that's your army. Examples of systems. Practice new skills for 10 minutes every morning after brushing teeth. Write 3 new insights in your diary before eating dinner. Walk 20 minutes every evening. No excuses. Make it so simple that your brain can't argue. Don't trust your mind. Trap your mind inside a routine. Force it to obey. Because guess what? Success is boring. It's not exciting. It's not loud. It's not motivational. It's just small steps repeated daily with zero emotion. You want a new life? Build a system and follow it like your life depends on it, because it does. You still think like the old you. This is not just a problem. This is the invisible prison. You want a new life, but you still think like the old version of yourself. Let me show you what I mean. You say, "I want to become confident." But in your mind, you still say, "I'm shy. I'm not good enough." You say, "I want to be successful." But in your mind, you still whisper, "I'm not that smart." You say, "I want to master new skills." But deep inside, you think people will laugh at me. This is called identity conflict. You are trying to build a palace on the land of your old broken house. It doesn't work. Let me scream this truth to you. You cannot become a new person while thinking like the old one. You cannot win with the voice of your past still living in your head. A person wanted to lose weight. They exercised, ate healthy, followed the routine. But in their head, they still called themselves fat. Every time they looked in the mirror, they saw failure. Every time someone complimented them, they said, "No, I still look bad." And guess what? Eventually, they gave up. Why? Because their mind was fighting their actions. They didn't need a new body. They needed a new belief system. And you don't need new books, new clothes, new videos. You need to delete the voice in your mind that says, "I can't. I'm not good enough. I've always been this way." That voice is not your friend. That voice is a lie. And if you don't kill that voice, it will kill your dreams. How to destroy that old version? Write a new identity. Say, "I am confident. I am consistent. I am transforming," even if it feels fake. Say it daily, morning and night, loudly. Act like your future self. Before every action, ask, "What would the new me do?" Then do that, not what the old you wants. Surround yourself with reminders. Put quotes, goals, and photos on your wall. Your room should look like your future, not your past. This is not a joke. This is your life. If your identity stays small, your actions will shrink and your dreams will suffocate. So I'll say it one last time. With love, but with fire. Kill the old you, or the old you will kill everything you're trying to become. You're waiting for the perfect time. Let me ask you something. How long have you been waiting? How many times have you said, "I'll start tomorrow, after this week is over, after my exams, when I feel ready, next month, next year, next Monday"? Let me tell you something no one else will dare say to you. That perfect time you're waiting for, it doesn't exist. It's a fantasy, a trap, a lie. You keep waiting for life to calm down, for your problems to disappear, for motivation to appear like magic. But listen carefully. Life is not going to slow down for you. Your excuses are not going to disappear on their own. And one day you will run out of tomorrows. Truth bomb. If you wait for perfect conditions, you will waste your entire life in the waiting room watching others live, grow, succeed, and become something while you rot in delay. You think, "I'll start when I'm not stressed." Let me tell you, you'll always be stressed. You say, "I'll begin when I'm confident." I say, you'll never be confident until you start and fall and rise. You say, "I'll learn new skills when I have time." Here's the truth. You won't find time. You make time or you lose it forever. A person had a dream to start their own venture. Every day they thought about it, talked about it, watched videos, took notes, but they kept saying, "Not now. Let me save some more money. Let me just fix this one problem. Let me just wait for the right moment." Guess what? 5 years passed. Nothing happened. One day they opened social media and saw their friend living the same dream. The pain unbearable because they knew they could have done it. But they waited and waited until their dream died in their hands without even being born. Let me now speak to you like a guide who refuses to lie. There is no perfect day. There is only today. And if you don't start now, you'll never start. Start dirty. Start scared. Start unprepared. But start. Here's what you can do today. Take one full action toward your goal. Doesn't matter if it's imperfect. Write 3 goals on your wall with big, bold letters. Say, "From now, I don't wait. I act. I move. I rise." Your future doesn't begin someday. It begins right now, or it never begins at all. You fear judgment from others. You know what's stopping you? It's not laziness. It's not time. It's not even fear of failure. It's fear of what people will say. What if they laugh at me? What if they think I'm not good enough? What if I make mistakes and they make fun of me? What if I post something and get judged? Let me tell you something that will burn inside your mind. The fear of being judged is more dangerous than being judged. Let me repeat that. The fear of people's opinions is killing more dreams than failure ever could. You are not living your truth. You are living a performance for people who don't even care about you. Imagine this. You are in a cage and the door is open. You can walk out anytime, but you don't. Why? Because outside the cage, some people are pointing at you, whispering, judging, smiling, and you're so scared of those whispers that you stay in the cage. That's your life right now. Your cage is not locked. You're just too scared of what people might say when you walk out. Let me shout this in your soul. They will judge you anyway. Whether you succeed or fail, whether you act or hide, whether you're rich or poor, loud or quiet, broken or healed. So here's a question. If they will judge you anyway, why not live your truth? Why not speak loud? Why not chase your goals? Why not change your life? How to destroy fear of judgment. Understand the truth. People are too busy with their own lives. They forget your mistakes. Only you hold on to them. Do it in front of them anyway. Act with confidence. Even if you make 10 mistakes, you're learning. They're just watching. Ask yourself this. In 10 years, will I care what that person thought? If the answer is no, then stop caring now. Here's my promise to you as your guide. If you live for approval, you will die with regret. But if you live for truth, no one can touch you. You don't need to impress anyone. You need to express your mission. And if someone laughs, let them laugh. Because while they're busy watching, you'll be busy building. You try to change everything at once. Let me ask you something. When you decide to change your life, what do you usually do? You say, from tomorrow, I'll wake up at 5 a.m. I'll exercise, meditate, read, study new skills, write a journal, eat healthy, and sleep on time. You want to change your entire life in one day, and within 1 week, you crash. You fail, you go back to your old self even worse. Now listen to me carefully, very carefully. This is the number one reason most people never change. They try to do 100 things at the same time and end up doing nothing. You are not a robot. You are not a superhero. You are a human being and you cannot carry 20 bricks on your back and expect to run. Change is not a war of explosions. Change is a slow fire, quiet, steady, one small flame at a time. Let me explain why this happens. Real truth. Your brain doesn't like change. Your brain likes safety, routine, easy habits. When you try to change too many things suddenly, your brain sees it as danger. It panics. It fights back. That's why after 2 days of eating clean, waking up early, doing skill practice, you feel tired, overwhelmed, angry, and you quit. It's not because you're weak. It's because you attacked your old life too fast and it defended itself. There's a person working 10 hours a day. They decide to transform. They create a list. Wake up 4:30 a.m. Gym 1 hour. Study 1 hour. Read 1 book per week. Cut sugar. Sleep 8 hours. Journal. Meditation. Cold shower. They follow it for 2 days. Then their body crashes. Their mind rebels. They feel lost, angry. They quit. Now guess what they say? Self-improvement doesn't work. I'll never change. I'm just not that type of person. No, my friend. The truth is you tried to build a castle overnight on broken ground, and now you're blaming the castle. So, what's the solution? Focus on one change at a time, one powerful habit, one life-shifting system, one internal upgrade. Let it become part of you. Then add the next. Want to improve skills? Start with 10 minutes daily practice every day, nothing more. Want to fix your sleep? First, fix your wake-up time, not the full routine. Want to become confident? Practice eye contact for 1 week, nothing else. Master one weapon before picking another. Let me say it louder for your soul. You don't become unstoppable by doing everything. You become unstoppable by doing one thing again and again until it becomes your strength. Consistency beats chaos. One blade sharpened daily is deadlier than 10 dull swords. What I want you to do right now, take a paper. Write 3 things you want to change. Circle only one. Forget the others for now. Do that one thing every single day for 30 days. No breaks, no drama, no excuses. Do this and your life will start changing in ways you never imagined. You keep breaking promises to yourself. This one hurts the most because it's silent. No one sees it, no one hears it, but it slowly kills your confidence, your self-worth, your belief in yourself. Let me explain. Every time you say, "I'll wake up early," and you don't. "I'll not scroll social media tonight," and you still do. "I'll practice today," and you skip it. You break a promise, not to your teacher, not to your parents, to yourself. And every broken promise is a message to your brain. I can't trust myself. I'm weak. I don't mean what I say. You become someone who speaks but doesn't believe their own words. You lose respect for yourself. And once you lose self-respect, you lose the power to grow. This is not a small problem. This is the root of your failure. People think, "Oh, it's just one skipped workout. It's just one missed study session." No, it's not just one. It's a message to your subconscious. Every time you fail yourself, your belief in your own power dies a little. There's a person who wants to build confidence. They say, "I'll practice for 10 minutes every day." Day 1, they do it. Day 2, they forget. Day 3, they make excuses. Day 4, they skip again. After a week, they say, "I'm just not consistent. I'm not like those disciplined people. I'm lazy." No, my friend, they're not lazy. They've just broken the habit of trusting themselves. And that's why they feel hopeless. So, how do we fix this? How do we rebuild that trust? By keeping the smallest possible promise and never breaking it. Start ridiculously small. 5 push-ups a day, 2-minute practice, 1-page reading. Doesn't matter how small. What matters is you do it every single day. And when you do that for 7 days, 10 days, 30 days, you become someone your mind can trust. Again, let me say this like a guide who won't lie to you. You can wear nice clothes. You can post positive quotes. You can act confident in public. But if you keep breaking promises to yourself, you'll always feel empty inside because no success, no money, no followers can fix that feeling of "I don't respect myself anymore." So today, here's your mission. Choose one small promise. Make it easy. And then swear to yourself you will not break it. Write it on your wall. Make it your phone wallpaper. Say it out loud before bed. Because every day you keep it, you are no longer weak. You are rising. Discipline is not about being perfect. It's about proving to yourself that your word means something. Start now and never lie to yourself again. You don't track your progress, so you forget your power. Let's talk about a silent killer, something that destroys your motivation quietly, slowly from the inside. You don't track your progress. You don't write it down. You don't measure what you're doing. And because of that, you feel like nothing is changing, even when it is. And that feeling, it eats your hope like acid. Let me break it down. You start a new habit. You begin practicing new skills. You try waking up early. You start eating healthy, reading books, going for walks, doing meditation. But after a few days, you stop. Not because it wasn't working, but because you couldn't see it working. Why? Because you didn't track it. You didn't measure it. You didn't write it down. And when you don't track your growth, your brain assumes, I'm not growing. Your mind needs evidence. It needs to see progress, even if it's small. If you don't give your brain proof, it will say, you're still the same. You're wasting time. You're not improving. And that lie will kill your momentum. A student decides to practice daily. Every morning, they work for 10 minutes, but after a week, they feel like they're not improving. They quit. What they didn't realize was this. On day 1, they could only manage 2 minutes. On day 3, they completed 5 full minutes with confidence. On day 7, their skill improved, but they didn't track it, so their brain didn't believe it. Now, imagine if they had written every day. Day 1, practiced 2 minutes. Day 3, 5 minutes with confidence. Day 5, used 3 new techniques. Day 7, practiced without fear. They would see the growth. They would feel powerful. They would continue. They would win. But because they didn't track it, they gave up on a miracle that was already happening. Let me tell you why this is so dangerous. You could be becoming the person of your dreams, but because you're not recording the progress, your brain convinces you nothing is happening. And that lie becomes your truth. And that truth becomes your failure. So what do? You make tracking your progress as important as doing the action itself. You keep a simple log, not for social media, not to show the world, but to show yourself. Today, I practiced for 5 minutes. Today, I said no to junk food. Today, I didn't scroll after 10 p.m. Today, I wrote 1 page of my goal. Every line you write is a brick in the wall of your new life. Let me say this like your guide, and I want you to burn this into your brain. If you don't track it, you'll trash it. If you don't measure it, you won't manage it. And if you don't honor your effort, your mind will forget your power. So starting today, I don't care if it's messy. I don't care if your handwriting is ugly. I don't care if it's just 1 line. Track your fight. Track your fire. Track your climb. Because when you look back in 30 days, 60 days, 6 months, you'll realize, damn, I'm not who I was. I'm rising. I'm changing. I'm becoming. And that will give you the courage to keep going when everything else fails. You don't believe you deserve a better life. This is it. The deepest wound. The biggest enemy. The reason why you stay stuck even when you try to grow. The reason you stop just before something good happens. The reason you self-sabotage your own success. You don't believe you deserve it. You don't believe you deserve happiness, peace, health, success, love, greatness. And because you don't believe you deserve it, you never truly chase it. You walk toward it, but never grab it. You don't fight like a warrior. You tiptoe like a thief, scared you'll get caught. Let's go deeper. Ask yourself this. When was the last time you truly felt proud of yourself? When was the last time you looked at the mirror and said, I am worthy. I deserve a powerful life. I deserve to master new skills confidently. I deserve to be respected. I deserve success, peace, and freedom. Most people can't say it. Why? Because the world, family, school, society has spent years programming you to feel small. They told you you're average. You're not special. Don't dream big. Play it safe. People like you can't make it. And over time, you believe them. Their voice became your voice. Their fear became your truth. And now, even when opportunity comes knocking, you hide. You're not lazy. You're not weak. You're just poisoned by the lie that says you are not enough. A person grew up in a limiting environment. Authority figures told them every day, People like us don't get far. We just survive. We're not smart like them. Be grateful you have what you have. Don't aim too high. Even when they got opportunities, learn new skills, people respected them, they still felt like a fraud. They couldn't enjoy their success because deep inside they believed, I don't deserve this. I'm just lucky. This will be taken away. And one day they quit. They gave it all up because their mind couldn't accept the new life. So, how do we fix this? How do we break this curse? You do it with brutal honesty, daily repetition, and unbreakable belief. Every morning, every night, you must say, even if you don't believe it yet, I deserve a better life. I deserve to rise. I deserve to master new skills with confidence. I deserve to feel free. I am enough. Write it, shout it, live it. Because guess what? You don't get the life you wish for. You get the life you believe you deserve. And that's not just sad. It's a crime against your soul. So I beg you now, don't wait for the world to tell you you're enough. You tell the world, I was always enough. I just forgot. But now I remember. And from today, you fight like someone who knows this life is mine and I will rise no matter what. You stopped learning after school. Let me be honest. Most people die the day they graduate, not physically, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually. They close their books. They stop reading. They stop asking questions. They stop exploring new things. And then they wonder, why is my life the same every year? Why do I feel stuck? Why don't I feel alive? Here's the truth. If you stop learning, you stop growing. If you stop growing, you start dying. Let me explain how this happens. In school, people teach you the basics: math, grammar, history. But school doesn't teach you how to be confident, how to speak in front of others, how to control your mind, how to overcome fear, how to build wealth, how to handle failure, how to create peace. If you stop learning at age 18 or 21, you're done. You're using a 10-year-old brain to fight 50-year-old problems, and that's why your mind breaks. Most people want a new life, but they are using old tools, old beliefs, and old knowledge. That's like trying to build a skyscraper using 100-year-old equipment. It will collapse. You want to change your life? Then you must change your learning. There's a person who works 9 to 5 in a small office. Every day, same routine. Years pass. They say, why don't I feel inspired? Why is my confidence so low? Why am I still stuck in the same position? Because after college, they never learned again, never picked up a book, never listened to a podcast, never watched anything that challenged their brain. So their minds stayed in the past while the world moved forward and they got left behind. Here's your solution. You don't need college again. You need daily learning. Even if it's just 15 minutes, read a powerful book. Watch an educational video. Write your thoughts. Learn a new phrase. Ask better questions. Because every day you learn, your brain sharpens. Your confidence grows, your life expands, and if you don't, you will be the same person at 40, 50, 60, a living statue with a frozen mind. Smart people don't stop learning because they're smart. They are smart because they never stop learning. Wake up. Pick up the book. Pick up your brain because your future self is waiting for you and they're tired of being poor. You don't have a support system outside of home. Let me be very honest now, and I'm going to say something most people won't say. Sometimes your family is the reason you stay small. Yes, the people who love you can also be the people who limit you. Not because they hate you, but because they don't understand your dreams. They tell you, be realistic. Play it safe. Don't take risks. That's not for people like us. And slowly your fire dies. This is the truth. Your environment creates your energy. Your circle creates your ceiling. If you are always around people who complain, gossip, fear growth, criticize your dreams, laugh at your goals, then no matter how hard you try, you will fall back into their trap. Why? Because your mind is like water. It becomes the shape of its container. If your container is small, your life will stay small. A person wants to pursue their passion. Their family says, "That's not realistic. People like us don't do those things. Focus on safe choices only." Their friends laugh. "You want to do that? You're not even confident." They give up. They don't chase their gift. Not because they're not talented, but because no one believed in them. And the worst part, they didn't go find people who would. This is your responsibility now. If your home doesn't support your growth, then build a new support system. Find 2 to 3 people who believe in self-growth. Join groups online. Follow people who inspire you. Talk to strangers who are chasing the same fire. Because guess what? You don't need 100 friends. You need 2 real ones who remind you who you are. And if you can't find them, be your own support system until the real ones show up. If you stay with small-minded people, your dreams will shrink until they disappear. But if you build a circle of fire, you will become unstoppable, even if the whole world doubts you. You keep running away from pain instead of facing it. Let me say something no one tells you. Pain is not your enemy. Pain is your teacher. Pain is your guide. Pain is the door to your transformation. But most people, they don't want to feel it. The moment life gets hard, they escape. They run to comfort. They distract themselves. They avoid the truth. And that's why they stay weak, because they never let pain do its job to grow them. Let me explain in very simple words. You say, "This is too hard. I can't handle this feeling. It hurts too much." So what do? You avoid it. You sleep too much. You keep yourself busy with useless things. You lie to yourself. You say, "I'll think about it later." And by doing this, you don't remove the pain. You stretch it. You multiply it. You give it power over your life. Understand this truth. Pain is not permanent. But if you run from it, it becomes permanent. The only way to defeat pain is to go through it. There's a person who lost something important. They feel useless, ashamed, scared. But instead of facing it, they hide it from everyone. They don't tell their friends. They don't ask for help. They just pretend everything is fine. They start watching TV all day, eat junk food, and tell themselves, "I'll figure it out tomorrow." But days become weeks. Weeks become months. And now the pain has grown bigger. Not because of the loss, but because they didn't face it when it came. They ran from it. And that's why it destroyed them. Now, let me speak to you from heart to heart. If something is hurting you right now, don't run from it. Sit with it. Feel it. Ask it, "What are you here to teach me?" Because pain comes to wake you up, not to break you down. Examples of what people run from: a breakup. Instead of healing, they jump into another relationship. A mistake. Instead of fixing it, they deny it. A fear. Instead of facing it, they avoid it for years. A broken dream. Instead of building again, they give up. A weakness. Instead of working on it, they hide it. But pain doesn't go away when you ignore it. It just hides in your mind and controls your future. So, what can you do instead? Here's your action. Write down the pain you've been avoiding. Be honest. What's hurting you? A loss? A failure? A fear? Look at it every day. Say, "This pain is not my enemy. It is my teacher." Take one step toward healing. Talk to someone. Apologize. Start again. Forgive yourself. Even crying is part of healing. Don't be ashamed of it. You don't become strong by escaping pain. You become strong by walking through it with courage. The person who can sit with pain and still keep going cannot be stopped. Stop escaping. Stop hiding. Stop running. Because the thing you're running from is the same thing that will set you free. And once you face it, your fear dies. Your growth begins. Your life changes. From this day forward, remember, pain is not the end of your story. Pain is the beginning of your transformation. So sit with it and then stand up stronger than ever before. You compare your real life to someone else's highlight reel. Let me now attack the most silent killer of dreams, and it lives in your pocket. Social media. You open Instagram. You scroll through YouTube. You check TikTok. And what do you see? People smiling, traveling, making money, showcasing skills, living their dream. And then you look at yourself sitting in your room, struggling to focus, feeling lost, feeling slow, and that comparison starts to destroy you silently. Why am I not like them? They're younger than me and more successful. They're happier, smarter, richer, more confident. You forget something powerful. You are comparing your real life to someone else's edited moment. You are watching their best 15 seconds and comparing it to your entire messy reality. Of course, you'll feel like a failure. But let me tell you what you don't see. The tears behind that influencer's smile. The stress behind that luxury lifestyle. The loneliness behind the fame. The truth behind that perfect image. The darkness behind that highlight reel. You're watching a movie trailer and calling it real life. That's a lie. A person scrolls on their phone at night. They see people buying cars, starting companies, becoming viral. They're just trying to pass their exams. But now they feel like nothing. So they quit trying, not because they're weak, but because they feel like they're already behind. That's what comparison does. It doesn't just make you jealous. It makes you feel worthless. How to escape this trap? You do one thing. Compare yourself to your past self. Only one question matters. Am I better than I was 30 days ago? That's it. That's the only person you're in competition with. Start tracking your journey. How many new skills can you demonstrate today compared to last month? How many days did you stay disciplined this week? How many books have you finished this year? This is your lane. This is your path. This is your race. And if you run it right, you will win it. Social media will show you their smile, but your mirror will show you your truth. And your truth is more powerful than their illusion. You think change is impossible for you. This is the most dangerous lie, and it doesn't come from the world. It comes from within you. You try to change. You fail. You try again. You fall. After a few months or years, a voice inside you whispers, maybe this is just who I am. Maybe people like me don't really change. Maybe growth is not for me. It's for others. And that thought is the beginning of your slow death. Let me scream this now louder than ever. That voice is lying to you. That voice is not your friend. That voice is your prison. You are not broken. You are not a failure. You are not cursed. You are not just average. You are simply not finished yet. Let me explain this deeply. Every person who has ever changed their life went through the same doubt. They failed. They cried. They quit. They questioned themselves. But they got up one more time. And that made all the difference. The only difference between a champion and a loser is this. The champion fell 99 times but stood up on the 100th. A person was in debt, broken, rejected. They tried 13 ventures. All failed. Everyone laughed. Their family said, "You're wasting your life." Their mind said, "Stop trying." But something inside them whispered, "This pain means I'm still alive. And if I'm still alive, I can still rise." They didn't try big things. They just did one small thing every day. 5 years later, they built an empire. No overnight success, just belief, patience, pain, repetition. And that's exactly what will change your life. You don't need proof from outside. You need faith from inside. You must look in the mirror and say, "I don't care how many times I've failed. I'm not done yet. I'm not quitting. I'm not backing down because this is my life and I will transform it." If you believe change is impossible, you're right. But if you believe you can change, you've already started. So choose your belief because your belief becomes your behavior and your behavior becomes your destiny. So now you know the truth, the real reasons why you can't change and how you finally can. But here's what I want you to remember. You are not broken. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are just one decision away from becoming the strongest version of yourself. And no matter how dark your past has been, your future is still in your hands. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to start. Start small, start scared, start tired, but start anyway. Because every day you delay is one more day you stay trapped in the life you don't want. And you don't deserve that. You deserve power. You deserve peace. You deserve purpose. And listen, if nobody believes in you right now, I do. If nobody's with you, I am. You're not alone. I am walking this path with you step by step, struggle by struggle, victory by victory. So if you felt something deep today, if you're ready to change your life and grow with me every day, then hit that subscribe button because Native Explorer is not just a channel. This is your support system, your daily motivation, your guide's voice in your pocket. And I will be here every single day to remind you who you really are. Now, go do that one hard thing today. Go keep that promise to yourself. Go become the person you were born to be because the world needs you and you deserve to live a life that makes you proud. See you in the next video. I'm with you always. Goodbye and good luck, my fellow explorers.